What does this music mean to you? To some of you, it's just a nice melody from that one popular game a while back. For the rest of us, though, this song gives the world's greatest feeling of nostalgia. When times were simple, when battle royales were new, when everything was easier, when your hands would shake when you were in the top 10, no skill-based matchmaking, no broken servers, no insane microtransactions at the time, and the most interesting one, no good players. I'm gonna go off track, but I promise I'll tie it back to that. Make sure you join the Discord, link in the description and in the comments. When I was playing Apex with my friend, we'll call him T, we were getting destroyed by Master and Pred players game after game. I shrugged it off and said, this game only has people who play all day. And T said something along the lines of, ever since Fortnite, people take these games way too seriously. And I shrugged that off too, and I thought there was no way it was true. People have always been tryhards at games like Dota and CSGO. Fortnite didn't change anything. Or did it? About a week later, I saw a video from an old idol by the name of Zuckles. The video seemed pretty depressing, and it made me think, what led up to this? So I started to jog my memory and realized I only know him from the group Misfits, but I had no clue who he was before joining the Misfits. So I checked out his old video catalog and realized something. After watching the video for about 30 seconds, something struck me. T was right. The gameplay would be considered mediocre nowadays, but back then he was a legend. His skill levels would be considered not much more than above average nowadays, but then again, people called him a cheater just 5 short years ago. What happened? The answer lies in what Moist Critical calls the cesspit of the internet, the YouTube comment section. A lot of the comments on old nostalgia videos of Fortnite say something along the lines of, I feel bad if you didn't experience Fortnite in seasons 1 through 5. Why does everyone think it was better at first? What changed? The answer is pretty simple. People got good. Really good. This drove people away. Epic Games responded to this by switching around the original staff who were new to shooter games until Fortnite was a perfectly optimized money machine with none of the original devs. With item shops built by psychologists and a similar gameplay loop, Fortnite just became another game on the market. The problem is, this isn't where it ended. People saw how good they could get at a game like Fortnite and carried this practice playstyle into other games. This marked the end of the casual game. Any and every game was min-maxed and optimized as well as a speedrun, and being sweaty started to become the status quo. As normal everyday people got tired of being destroyed in every fight on every game and COVID started to creep around the corner, a new type of game was bound to explode. Among Us probably gave us some of the most memorable moments of our quarantine. The lack of skill or strategy and the overall chaos of the game attracted major attention. Slyly sneaking around the ship and killing and manipulating your best friends when you finally got imposter, just to get voted off as a joke, and then nobody believes you when you're a crewmate. David. Anyways, my point is, the game was just fun. There was no overreaching corporate hands trying at every turn to reach into your pocket. Just pure gameplay. Yet again, no skill-based matchmaking, no broken servers, no aggressive advertising, and no good players. This led to an insane increase in popularity, and honestly symbolized a turning point in the entirety of gaming. Massive corporations took notice some simple, low-skill game took the market by storm. They recognized the artistic simplicity of it and wanted to try and copy it. This led to a shift in game development. Rather than maximizing the fun and depth of a game, corporations would opt for more shallow, instant gratification-based games instead. Although Among Us surged for months, nothing lasts forever, and the game faded into obscurity. Across quarantine, many games acted as the most entertaining time sinks when we needed it most. But what has happened since then? Since 2020, there have been very few notable multiplayer releases. Games like Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 attempt to capture the joy of everyone being new and unskilled through use of aggressive skill-based matchmaking and lowering of skill ceilings. However, this doesn't really work. It just isn't the same. Every non-competitive game is competitive nowadays, and lack of elaboration on the Battle Royale or 5v5 format has led to consumer fatigue in many mainstream games. Every mainstream game has some sort of major pity system, putting you in extremely easy lobbies so you can feel better about yourself, but it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It's a lose-lose nowadays, with games either giving you pity kills that don't feel earned or putting you in lobbies with literal ALGS participants. Are you seeing this? So anyways, I recently tried Fortnite again. The nostalgia was honestly barely there. The game is so vastly different, it doesn't even seem the same. Needless to say, I sucked. It has been years since I've put real time into a third-person shooter, and for whatever reason, I was thrust into some semi-decent lobbies, even though I haven't played in years. That wasn't even the most surprising thing. I got this weird feeling. it almost felt good to lose. Every battle royale I've played recently has given you basically a free win in your first few games in order to hook you and keep you chasing that neurochemical high. For whatever reason, Fortnite just didn't give me that free win, and it genuinely felt nice. It showed me how far I could go and how much progress there really was to make. See, a lot of people praise skill-based matchmaking, or SBMM, for allowing normal working class people to do well in games. However, as someone that rarely has time to play video games at all anymore, it's refreshing to now have all my performances predetermined by a psychologist computer. It's nice to know that my performance depends on me, not on my teammates like in Apex, not on my lobbies like in COD, but just me. SBMM can be described via comparison to Minecraft. If all you could do was strip mine and there was something comparable to skill-based matchmaking in Minecraft, it would look something like this. If you don't strip mine all day and then get on at the end of the day and only mine 4 blocks, every block will be diamonds. If you put in the hours though and grind, you'll get the same amount of diamonds. They'll just be spread out over the span of the hours. This only changes if you're in the top 0.1% of all players, and in that case, you may get 7 or 8 diamonds. This sounds exceedingly dumb, because it is. Heightened player awareness of this has caused people to become sick of the system, and I genuinely believe it's introduced a gap into the market. If a major game studio was to make a simple movement shooter with a real ranked game mode that had real rewards and casual modes without any real rewards and no harsh SBMM, it would explode. People are tired of games that force you to play how they intend and perform how they intend. It just goes against the entire foundation of gaming. People get on games to have fun and to do what they want, not sit there and take orders. Even though Fortnite made FPS games more difficult, games made nowadays have trended toward a more shallow, hollow, and predetermined experience to try and fight the Fortnite playstyle. With the aforementioned reasons and the steady rise of mobile gaming, it's safe to say we're leaving the real golden era of gaming.